Don't worry. Right, following meds is always tough, but I'll give this my best shot. But please bear with me. I haven't been this nervous since Lynn's left me with the kids yesterday. So. You know. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'd like to start by thanking you all for being here on this very special day. Especially those of you who will be saying a few words and still decided to stick around a bit. That's touching. Before I start, I'd like to lay down a couple of ground rules. Firstly, no heckling, Steve. Really? Yeah, you. Harrison. Yeah, you as well, mate. Secondly, if you do have a mobile phone, please feel free to leave it switched on. You know, entertain yourselves if the start go on a bit. I think if you keep the glasses topped up and your expectations low, then we'll all be happy, alright? So, anyway, for those that don't know me, I'm Ross, I'm Nancy's best man. Which, considering how many friends and people here today, is a real big honour. So, yeah, this is lovely. Thanks, man. Vince knew that I might be a little bit nervous doing this speech today, and he quickly took to reassure me. He said, "You'll be all right, mate. You're only standing in front of our 60 closest friends, relatives, all of that. All expect you to make them laugh." Is then I realised that I needed a new house. So, cheers, mate. When I started writing this speech, I thought this will be fine. I've got 100 stories that I can use on men. This is no problem. That's my problem. As I started writing it, I must have chucked away about 100 pages, I think. Just the dummy's guide to writing a best man speech. Yeah, that really got me way. I realised that 99% of the material couldn't be used in front of women and children, which was which was a bit of a downer, seeing there's so many here today. I even reminisced with some of our closest school friends and closest friends through the years, and they were a great help. I couldn't use any of their stuff either, so that was But then I realised with only 1% of the usable material, I'll still have enough to get the job done. And over the years, I've heard quite a few best man speeches, and they just seem disrespectful. How to tarnish the groom's best name and stuff like that. And quite frankly, I don't see why this should be any different, do you? Right. So here we go. Now, I did ask for a microphone. Oh Christ, I can't use that. They gave me one. Now, for those of you that still can't hear me at the back, the silence from these people sitting at the front should reassure you that you're not missing anything. Just a couple of thank yous. I know Mance has done it all, but on behalf of the bridesmaids, sort of replying to what Mance said. Bridesmaids, flower girls, I know you're all listening to me. You've done a great job. You've done an absolutely fantastic job, and well done for you all for getting Carly to the service. Well done. I just put up a real struggle, but now I realise where there's so many of you. Yeah, well done. Well done to the page boy Owen. What a star. And well done to the ushers. Yeah, well done. Jack. So, well done. Other than getting everyone a few drinks and a free bar mind as well. Well done. Yeah, well done. And make me look stupid for copying my outfit. Well done. And Carly, well, you're absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. People had such an input in this special day, but no one's worked more meticulously in making this what it is. So well done. And thank you on behalf of everyone. Well done. Yeah. Reg, you're a lucky man. You truly are a lucky man, and Carly, don't worry. You deserve a great husband. And I won't rest till I find out what's going on here, I promise you. You're both so special to so many people. I think that's been shown by the amazing turnout for today as well. You know, you're amazing people. I mean, it's something else. It's amazing how far people will travel for a free meal these days, isn't it? Oh, I've lost myself now. Right, me and Mance have known each other for approaching 30 years. He's always been there for me. He's when I rode off my first car, my second car, and my third car. He was there. When I found myself in trouble, he was there. Through every room relationship that I've ever had, Mance was there. In fact, she was a jinx. As kids, we got on so well, or it might have been the fact that we couldn't afford a good mortgage on our own, that we bought a place together in Pitsea. We had a great time there, even though we spent the first 6 months living there trying to convince the neighbours that we wasn't gay. Mance did other things when I got home one night to watch Match of the Day, which Mance had taped for me while I was at work. And actually find out he had taped the 90s... the 90s Channel 4 series, Queer as Folk. They weren't the goal I was looking for. He said it was an accident, but I'm not quite so sure, you know. In the early days, neither of us had any money at all. Things were that tough with it, we couldn't afford to fix the heating. During the winter, we'd wander down to the 24-hour Tesco's at the end of our street until they kicked us out. Then we'd trudge home, put a film on, and huddle around a portable heater. Now I must admit, this is nothing to do with you, I'll put my hands up, but we did go through a bit of a sofa fetish phase. In our small little end terrace, we managed to fit 4 in. Anyway, our 2 favourites were 2 bright pink sofas, weren't they? Yeah. I don't know where these gay rumours started, but okay. Now, I was in the middle of watching one film in particular, Armageddon. there was one bit in particular where Bruce Willis, he selflessly gives himself up so that Ben Affleck can go and marry his daughter. A touching moment, and I'm sure if you've seen the film you'll know what I'm talking about. But then from the sofa next to me I hear this sniffling. When I say sniffling, I mean sort of sobbing. Yes, sobbing from this red-blooded alpha male you see here today. Sobbing. Through the years I've had a lot of excuses. Bird flu, SARS, or winter hay fever. I think that was my best one, but none of them remotely believable, you know. And he didn't fare much better with horror films either, did you? After watching the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, he wouldn't go to the toilet on his own either, so... Yeah, I'm so proud of him. When we did live together, I stumbled across a couple of his old school reports, and a couple of things stuck in my mind, and I thought I'd share them with you. At preschool, Alan, as he was known then, he hadn't adopted the imaginative nickname of Mance by then, but he was different from all the other 3-year-olds. He was 11. At senior school, his tutor commented, "Alan is an ideal pupil who excels at most subjects." No, sorry. Alan is an idle pupil and was expelled from most subjects. In biology, his teacher mentioned that while Alan is very enthusiastic, he took it a little bit too far by revising for his blood test. This is true, this one. However, I do remember him making quite an impression at the school football team. I overheard the team captain saying to the manager that Mance covers every blade of grass on the football pitch. To which the manager replied, "That is because his first touch is awful." And that's something that's not even better today, is it? Despite all of this, Mance has quickly gone on to become a man, risen to the top of his profession through intelligence, grit and the desire to proceed when others would fail. This drive was shown from a very young age, where he has dared to smear dog poo over his nose for 50 pence. Yeah, he did it. He did it. Oh, sorry, no, sorry, got it wrong. 10p, sorry. That didn't help you, I don't think. At 25, we tried our best to becoming landlords, but this quickly blew up in our faces. What a night! We had a nightmare tenant, and our solicitor quickly told us that our tenants agreement was not standing in court, and so we couldn't evict her. He was written on the back of a McDonald's wrapper, so you kind of get a point there. That is true. Things got even worse when, after a 6-month legal battle with our tenant, we was finally able to evict her. And when we went to collect the keys, I was greeted by a 25-stone mother who I think it's fair to say didn't really like me very much. She beat me up and down the road a couple of times, but I thought, no, this is fine, I've got man, like, he'll have me back. So when I sort of stumbled over to him, bleeding, shirt rips, black eyes, bruised. All right, mate, we sorted yet? Can I go? I'm hungry. Yeah, cheers, mate. He's fair to say the Mance weren't always the most aware of his surroundings. In all fairness, we went up to London when we was about 16 years old, and we went up there to watch a gig, and we was wandering around the tube station. And then all of a sudden, we lost Mance. He was completely sort of paralytic. He was out of his head. The problem was he was only 11 o'clock in the morning. Obviously, over the years, I've seen Mance in quite a few states, as we probably all have, in all fairness. However, there's one particular evening where Mance was completely incoherent. Before we were allowed in pubs, a group of us would go out and get some of the older-looking guys in the group to go to the off-licence for beers, and then off to the local park to drink them. Obviously, kids, not that you're listening, but this is a stupid idea and very irresponsible, okay? So don't do it. Yeah. However, this particular evening, Mance decided as Pauline was away for the weekend. Yeah, this one. She wouldn't miss an old bottle of red wine from her cabinet. So, yeah. Well, that's a relief. So at 15, Mance, with a vintage bottle of red, sat down the park with the rest of us. But the only problem being the vintage bottle of red, it wasn't a Merlot or a Shiraz, it was a sherry. So after finishing it and a little worse for wear, I don't know really what happened to you that night. Oh, he was sick. They pulled it up. I didn't know whether you knew that story. So anyway, we chipped in. and we replaced it. Right, but the only problem was they didn't have sherry, so I had to get you port. So I like port instead. Right? Though often drunk, Mance wasn't stupid, and this leads me to how he become a die-hard Spurs fan. When we were younger, we spent a lot of time hanging around the park in Park Lodge in Wickford. There was one particular guy, Steve Mine, who was a lot older and a lot bigger than all of us. Anyway, this particular day when we was playing football, Steve came over and asked, who do you support? The first kid said Liverpool, and Steve gave him a black eye. The second kid said West Ham, and he got a bloody nose. It went on with bodies all flying over the place until he came to Mance. He was clever. When Steve turned in to ask, who do you support? He said, what's that? Who do you support? He went, I support Tottenham. Oh, what a coincidence, so do I. That's roots, isn't it? In fact, this is going to go down really badly. But in fact, we shouldn't really be friends with him supporting the smaller North London team. So yeah, I can't name everyone. This will go on forever. But the fact that we can look past this speaks measures for our friendship. Football still plays a massive part in our lives, and it was only last week that I pointed out to you, mates. The marriage, he can base his marriage around football with these 4 simple points. 1. Ensure that you're fully committed every week. 2. Try your best to score every Saturday. 3. Don't put your tackle in too hard because you might get injured. And finally, oh no, I can't say it. Well, it's probably best not to mention what we said about tackling from behind, so. Right, after referring to me dummy's guide, which I'll put somewhere actually. Bear with me, sorry. I should have been better prepared. Anyway, I think it's page 7, paragraph 3. It said, under no circumstances should I mention ex-girlfriends.
Too quiet.
Should I mention ex-girlfriends as it's inappropriate and could paint him in a bad light in front of his new friends and family?
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Sod that. No, honestly, it must be a bit of a delicate subject because Man's pulled me aside earlier and he did say, please don't mention the skeletons in my closet. Which, to be honest, it did surprise me a little, as I think the monsters he had in his bedroom must have had them all. That's right, But that was until he obviously met Carl. I can honestly say that I've never seen Man so happy in someone's company. But in the early stages of their relationship, it was very clear that she was the one and it was going to work out well. And quite clearly it has. Carly, you're kind, caring, compassionate, but most importantly, you make Man's happy in a way we never could, or quite frankly, in a way we'd never want to. It's at this point that the best man should traditionally offer some words of wisdom to the newlyweds. But good luck. But talking of tradition, I'm surely not the only one here to notice that one major tradition has been ignored today. So I need a bit of audience participation for today, just for this bit. If you can just join me around the front here, mates, if you don't mind. I think you all know what's coming.
Oh yeah.
All you got to do is, when he smashes it, it's not the top. It's a plastic glass, it won't hurt. No, it's a plastic glass because health and safety is a nightmare. Especially inside the EU, but I don't want to go into that, Skinner. Anyway, right, moving on. Sorry. Right, back to the advice. Someone much more has once said that marriage is a 50-50 partnership. But that's rubbish. Obviously he knew nothing about fractions and obviously nothing about women. Carly? Remember that men are like a fine wine. They start out as grapes. It's your job to stamp on them until they turn into something you'd like to have dinner with. Yeah, you'll like this. Man's by coincidence. By coincidence, women are like a fine wine. They start out fresh, fruity and intoxicating to the mind until they turn full-bodied with age and eventually give you a splitting headache. Having said all of this, man, you've been a great friend over the years. Although it may have come to an end now. I hope not. You've always been there when I've needed you, and I'm sure you agree, we're lucky to be part of a great group of friends. So many of whom are here today, and I've got messages from Handsome, from Ben, who obviously couldn't make it, who both wish you well for today. Yeah, so thank you. We've enjoyed some awesome times together, and I'm sure this will continue long into the future. It's been an absolute honour to be your best man today and play such a big part in you and Carly's special day. Thank you. I'm so pleased you have found such love and happiness, not just with Carly, but also with Jack, Georgia and Isabella. You really do deserve it. And Carly, well, you deserve a medal. I've lived with him, and I know where you're at. Okay. Right, as I bring my 5 minutes of fame to a close, and I've just we got Jack Daniels for dinner, so I want to wrap it up quickly. I want to take this opportunity to just raise a glass to those who can't be with us today. There are some special people, extremely close to all of us, especially sitting up here. And I'm sure if they were here, they'd like me to raise a glass on their behalf. So, if we'd all be upstanding, and just say to the happy couple, hope you have a long, prosperous, happy life together. Cheers.
Love you.
Love you.
Cheers.
Now, just before I finish, one final toast I thought it would be very fitting. You don't marry someone you can live with, you marry someone you can't live without. And I'm so pleased that my best pal has found that person. So, cheers, buddy. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers. Thank God that's over.